Hey guys, it's IDon'tModBro, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my favorite class setup in Black Ops 3. Now, I'm a very run and gun type of player, so this class is more set up for a run and gun type of player as well. I don't really like secondary weapons or lethals or tacticals, and this class contains 0 lethals and 0 tacticals and no secondary weapon. So if you guys are like big secondary weapon fans or big tactical or lethal fans, you may not want to watch this video. Or you may want to watch this video because this is a really good class actually. It took me a second to get used to, and it took me a second to find the right variants, or not. Well, I guess I couldn't say variants. Right attachments, I guess I could say, to get this weapon going. So I've been playing hardcore free for all, so that's what this gun has been murking in. I win like at least 1 in 3 games. I say I win. Let's go ahead and get started building this class, guys. So the very first part of the class is obviously the weapon, and the weapon we're using today is the VMP. Now this weapon has been patched, so it's not as powerful as it used to be, but it's still a very, very powerful gun, especially in hardcore mode, or hardcore game modes, I guess I should say. It's very, very, very decent weapon in hardcore game modes. I like it because it's one-shot kill most of the time, unless they're, pretty far away from you, and then it's usually 2 to 3 shot kill. It has very high clip capacity, which I really enjoy. It doesn't have very high recoil. It has a very high rate of fire, which is very nice as well. So let's go ahead and get started with the first attachment, guys. So after you equip the weapon, the first attachment is going to be Quick Draw. Now, Quick Draw is going to help us for when we're sprinting, or it's just going to help us aim down sight, get our aim down sight time down, so we can aim down sight and aim at our enemies quicker. Next attachment is the grip. The grip obviously reduces recoil. The recoil on this weapon isn't very bad, but in combination with Quick Draw, the grip is a very, very versatile attachment for this weapon. It makes you a lot more accurate. You're not spraying all over the place as much. That's basically going to sum up the attachments for this weapon. Now let's move on to perks. So the very first perk we're going to get into is Blind Eye. Blind Eye, you cannot be targeted by enemy aircraft weapon systems. So lightning strikes, stuff like that. Anything that they can see, they don't see you in a little red dot. So if someone still sees you, then they see you. But it doesn't give that red box around you. That's what Blind Eye is good for. And if it's like it's AI controlled or a computer controls it, they can't even detect you at all. Okay, so let's get into perk 2. Perk 2, or very first perk 2, is Fast Hands. Now this allows you to swap weapons faster and aim faster after sprinting. That's going to be very helpful, especially in hardcore and free-for-all when you're running around corners and there's an enemy there. You're going to win the gunfight because you are able to aim faster after you get done sprinting. The next next perk for perk 3 is going to be Gun Ho. Now, Gun Ho allows you to hip-fire your weapon, deploy ammo, and throw grenades while sprinting. This is going to be very effective because if you can hip-fire while you're sprinting towards the enemy, there's more of a chance that you're going to win the gunfight because you were shooting first. If the enemy does not have this perk, they have to stop, start hip-firing, and then aim down sight, while you can continue to run, hip-fire, and then aim down sight. Okay. So the next thing is a wild card. We're going to need 2 wild cards for these classes because we run 2 additional perks. So wild card number 1 is going to be perk 2 Greed. Now this is going to give you a second perk, obviously, for perk 2. And the second wild card is going to be perk 3 Greed. So once you have those 2 wild card attached, or to those 2 wild cards attached, you're going to want to attach our second perk for perk 2, and it's going to be Hardwired. Now it makes you immune to counter UAVs, power cord. Better watch out for them power cords, boy. They gonna get you. Power cores, EMP grenades, and smoke screens. You won't trigger target trip mines, shock charges, or C4 alerts. Reduces your digital imprint against enemies with tracker or sixth sense perks. So the tracker is the red footsteps that you see behind enemies, so it reduces that. And Sixth Sense is where they get like a little indication on the minimap when you're next to them. So it reduces those two things, obviously, and no, you don't trip any equipment basically, which is very, very helpful. And you're immune to counter UAVs and paracorps. So, and then the next perk, which is going to be our second perk for perk 3, is going to be Dead Silence. And that's going to let you move silently around the map. That's going to help you obviously be a little more sneaky, sneak up behind enemies, and that's going to help you, get more kills, higher score streaks, so on and so forth. So guys, this wraps up my favorite class setup for Black Ops 3. I hope you guys enjoyed. There'll be some gameplay in the background, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Love you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Like the video, subscribe.
Captain in my styrofoam, just me and myself and then my motherfucking microphone. Still prefer to ride along. Captain in my styrofoam, just me and myself and then my motherfucking microphone. And this my song. I gotta do it right for anyone who did me wrong. Yeah, I got that shit on lockdown. I got that shit on lockdown. Yeah. Thought this shit would be simple, I'm glad that it wasn't. But now I got flows in abundance. A bottle of Tito's, a bag of some funnies, late night in the studio bumping. Just wanna do shit that I wanna do. Get me a performance at Bonnaroo. This life is so beautiful, isn't it? As long as I take care of business, bridges are burning, it's bittersweet. You and I worthy of bitter tweets. I've always been at the best on my own, don't you worry at all, I'ma make it in time. Don't shade on me, can't all my shine. Bitch hate on me, ho, I'll be fine. Fuck with her mind and nobody will follow. Got her on top like she's singing soprano. Slow it down, baby, I like it legato. You're boosting my confidence, check my bravado. I hope that these bitches are jealous, I think that it's good for my ego. I'm turning the life I live into a movie and keeping them busy like Regal. For all of my people, including the people who thought it's impossible. Isn't it comical? I went from atrocious to decent to good, and now all of my shit is phenomenal. I'm worried about living my life like I give a fuck if you smile. The fact that you're old and you're angry and don't like my music's the reason I turn up the dial. Turn it up loud. And this my song. I gotta do it right for anyone who did me wrong. Yeah, I got that shit on lockdown. I got that shit on lockdown. This my fucking microphone. And this my song. I gotta do it right for anyone who did me wrong. Yeah, I got that shit on lockdown. I got that shit on lockdown. Recorded that shit, I was hammered as fuck. Just having fun with it. Treat the beat like a pussy and make it my mission to punish it. I've been here working away, I keep losing track of the clock. Never been good with the schedule, it never arrive on a dot. But grown up a lot, I promise you. People can vouch, I'm an honest dude. I do what I gotta do, just like a lot of you. Life it has broken me down into molecules, but it break you down, just to make you strong. You can take your time, just don't take too long. Yeah. This shit didn't happen by accident. I keep getting sicker, I keep getting iller. I might go on tour with an ambulance. The top getting closer, I'm measuring tapes that I make. It's a race, so I run with a single and hope that it breaks. Till we're breaking the bread and dividing the cake. Still prefer to ride along, captain in my styrofoam. Just me and myself and